tensions ratcheting up in Iran, and that's what's behind this gold oil move that we've had. In the room, I put out a take partials from our longs down here. So it was over $5. Still hold your core. I want to talk about what happens for potential peaking, sometimes temporarily, sometimes longer term. I remember being on the golf course during the first Gulf War, and back then, we didn't have the internet, or it was just beginning. But on TV, I saw that we had Gulf War One had begun, and the bombs started falling. That was a high in the crude. WTI rallied into the beginning of kinetic action. Bonds were selling off, dollar was selling off, and after the first bombs fell, you had a peak in oil, you had a peak in gold. The dollar rallied, bonds rallied. Recent or more recent history would be Russia invading Ukraine. Uh, we got up to 120 crude, and after the invasion, that marked the highs at 120. A more recent example would be what happened this summer when we rallied to 78, and longtime followers know that I actually predicted that war and that the U.S. would get involved and had targets up around 80, and we peaked uh, within 24 hours of the action taken to hit Iran's nuclear reactors. So something to keep in mind that when you hear about some type of strike, if crude pops on it, it's comparable to a stock, them expecting good news, and then the earnings come out, opens higher and then fades because it was already buy the rumor, sell the fact. So keep an eye out for that in crude. I'm still looking for these levels before it's over to be tested. What happened last summer when we hit those underground nuke reactors with our B1s. So that should cover crude for you. Very good trade. We bought the bottom and we bought pullbacks, and you never go broke taking profits. All right. So yesterday, US dollar yen did get to my line. Some people were saying, Dale, the RSI, and I understand. And, I was looking for this move to the line. We poked through it a little bit, a little bit of an overthrow, but look at this. I've already recommended taking partial profits. If you sold it against the line, you have, 60, 70, maybe even 80 pips. Nothing wrong with taking it. It's pretty negative action. I'm not sure there was any intervention or not, but you could say that the line rejected and hold your core, and you could probably go with BE stops on this. All right. The other trade I took today was selling gold. I did it up here at 435. I already took partials for $7, and I think I have 60 cents in silver. I sold silver too. Let me just go into the room here. Yeah, that's it. 92.03. Take a piece. So this is where you come to see the things that I'm posting. Okay. All right, let's get back to the analysis. So yeah, that's now 70 cents. I sold it at 92.03. On the gold, it actually is going to be an add-on if we get back inside this. The reason I took it is we had a little three drive up here. See this? 1, 2, marginal new high. And then we held the throwover line yesterday, made another marginal new high, so I went with it. It's actually an add-on under 45.80 if we get there today. So have almost a buck in silver right now. Let's see. Euro, I'm up around 10 pips. I'm not really quite sure about what to do with the dollar right here. We did take out, we're playing with this level. We closed underneath it. We're back above it, little double top. So, I'll stay long euro. It's not a big risk. I was risking about 60. Actually, Aussie has turned into the weakness. Looks like a head and shoulders top is developing here. So, going to want to keep an eye on this level here for a breakdown. And then one other thing to pay attention to, and then I'm going to wrap it, and that's Nasdaq. So we're in a symmetrical triangle in Nasdaq, and I think we're on the verge of a breakdown. So we tried to break out, and I posted this as having a hard time breaking out. Now let's see if we get a breakdown out of this triangle. So that's all I have. I think it's enough. I'm having a pretty good week today. And sometimes you're in the zone, sometimes you're not. You guys have seen me both ways. I don't walk on water. I just try and swim a few lengths. So everyone have a good day. See you in the room. Check out the interview I did with Cheds yesterday. Very interesting guy, another survivor, cancer survivor, and great teacher. So check that out. And don't forget to come into the room and see what Mike has going on today. That's here. Okay. You can see Mike's stuff here as well. And he curates some real good stuff. Plus, the guy's a veteran. He's very good at what he does. And he really keeps the room informed on important things. Look at this, all the work he does. Okay. So he has a curated X feed that he shares with people for option flow and other things. But that's a big part of what Mike does is option sweeps, volume, price action. And remember, most of all, don't just count your pips, count your blessings. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.